He's joining us now. So, Coach, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Okay, Ross, appreciate it. Tough film to have to watch, and relive that. That was an incredibly disappointing loss. And, man, my heart just really hurts for our players. Just incredibly disappointing to be in position to win and just not quite get over the hump. And so just, again, as I said yesterday, you got to give Miami credit. Hard fought game, double overtime, and they made one more play than we did. So just a tough spot that we're in. We've had a lot of good times around here, and we're going to have a lot more, but we've had some bad times too. And this is one of those tough times. And, we've got a bunch of tough people around here, and we'll battle, to see if we can find a way to finish well. And good news is we get an opportunity to go play again this week. And, we just got to, accept the challenge and keep growing and seeing if we can, get over the hump. Obviously, the biggest disappointment is the turnovers and missed opportunities. I mean, that's just been and listen, I'm responsible for that. I mean, it's just never been through anything like it because we're in position to win. We're good enough to win. But we just can't seem to quite put it together. Defensively played an amazing first half outside of one play where we didn't fit it right. And then offensively, we come out and we come right out of the gate in the second half with back-to-back scores, but then we couldn't get the ball. I think we had the ball 1 minute and 20 seconds in the fourth quarter. They had it for 13:40, and I think, almost 24 minutes in the second half. So just kind of a tale of two halves as far as being able to put it together. But the turnover margin is just continues to be an Achilles heel for us. And we've had 12 on the year, and I think we lead the country in fumbles. So it's just really disappointing. And then, we did a great job up until fourth quarter. We were not efficient at all running the ball. And it was, a game where we needed to be able to throw the ball, and that was a positive, but you still got to be efficient running it. We were not. And then we did not do a good job of stopping the run there in the fourth quarter. Again, our worst game, third down on both sides of the ball. Just, three good quarters defensively, fourth down stop, a big 3rd and 1 stop. But we got a 10-point lead with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. And, we got to find a way to finish. And was the biggest disappointment defensively. Obviously, the 80-yard run there, that was we just had a guy that went outside and should have been in that gap there. Had a few misfits and missed tackles, a couple missed tackles on some screen game. They made a couple competitive plays. The big penalty on the 2-point play as well. Nothing that's not fixable, that's for sure. And then offensively, the big positive was our passing game. Made a lot of big plays. I think we averaged almost 17 and a half yards of completion. Brenny, certainly a bright spot in the game, setting the all-time Clemson record. And Tyler Brown and Stellato and Adam and Antonio all made some plays. And then, just, again, had a couple good drives with no points in the first half because of the 2 turnovers that cost us scoring opportunities. And, one, literally, if we hold on to it for probably a millisecond longer, it's a touchdown. And but the third quarter, they did come out and back-to-back scores, so that was positive for sure. But, just the turnovers and the missed opportunities in the red zone, and that's been an Achilles heel for us. And that's and then, obviously the last play there, we don't hand it off. So incredibly disappointing game. And, we've got a huge job to do as coaches. Football's a lot like life. You have peaks and valleys, and we're down in a valley right now, and we got to rally with each other and block out all the noise and just get back to work tomorrow. Good news again is we get a chance, we get another opportunity this week to go play, and if we can put it all together, we can be a good team. and but we've got to find a way to play complementary football and quit working against each other. But also a bright spot in the game was White's 2 big kicks, 2 pressure kicks, and he's hit 4 out of his last 5, so that's a positive for us, and hopefully something that we can continue to build on. And but we just got to go play and keep working. But everybody is just incredibly disappointed in where we are. Again, 2 overtime losses, and another tough challenge this week. So, but I am thankful that we get a chance to go play. Injury wise, we got some guys banged up, and some guys that we'll have a little bit more on probably tomorrow. But we'll see how that all plays out. Any questions?
Dabo, this is Larry Williams. I know Cade has come a long way in some areas, but given some of the ball protection issues and the lack of situational awareness in some key situations, is there any consideration to going with Hunter, maybe sitting Cade?
No. Cade gives us the best chance to win. We really believe that. I mean, he made some amazing plays, and his good is really, really good, and we just gotta grow through some growing pains with him. I really think he's going to be a great one, and he made some, like I said, some big time plays, but just definitely some miscues as well. So gotta just kind of grow through it with him right now. That's where we are. But we feel like he gives us the best chance.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. I just wanted to ask you again about that last play where Cade contradicted the call. Did Deshaun or Trevor ever do that where they called their own number either successfully or unsuccessfully? And how do you balance wanting to rein in a really talented player versus giving him a green light to do that?
Well, there was no green light. You just got to play within the system. I mean, that's just a handoff call. I mean, there was no other, option in it, and it's just situationally, you got to really know what we're dealing with. I mean, it was perfectly blocked. And the only guy left is the safety, and we need 6 inches. But for whatever reason, he pulled it, and I mean, he's trying. Listen, that guy. That guy's busting his butt and trying to make a play. And, I don't have any problem with his will to win and his effort, his toughness. I mean, that guy is a relentless competitor, but you just gotta play within the system. And there's times when you have those green lights, but that was not one of those times, and he'll learn from it.
Thanks, Coach.
Dabo, this is Chapel with the State. Looking back on the 5 sacks Miami got, what did you attribute most of those to? Is that an offensive line issue, quarterback issue, combination? What did those kind of come down to when you looked those over?
Yeah, it was mostly OL. We did not protect well. We didn't pick up the twist game well at all, so I was disappointed. We got beat up and inside one time, but just mostly OL. Just a poor job. Did not play as well as we need to right there. And Chapel, congrats! You got your interception, man. Karma.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. Both Coach Cristobal and Coach Guidry said last week that the tempo of Drake May in North Carolina really got to them. Was there any emphasis on your part at all to try to exploit that and try to go fast at any point in the game?
Yeah, we had a few tempo plays built in. Maybe could have done a little bit more, but they were really challenging us from a man standpoint. So some of the tempo stuff built through the run game, we weren't as efficient with it and got behind the chains a couple of times, but definitely something we'd like to have done more of.
Anybody else?
Hey, Coach. Yeah, hey, Coach. It's David Hood with TigerNet. going back to the offensive line, you said last night you really wanted to kind of watch the film. Now that you've seen it, was it as bad as everybody says at first blush? Was it better in parts, or where did you really struggle the most? And then the final part would be, is it just technique? Is it not paying attention to scheme? Where do you see the problems?
Yeah, I really just struggled at one spot, and we had some miscues. You play in the offensive line; it's never perfect anywhere, but it was mostly one spot that we just got to clean up some things and get a little bit better and consistently get the 5 guys. We had a couple penalties that we need to eliminate, but we got to look at our personnel and we got a couple guys that we need to play a little bit better for sure, and that didn't quite play like we need them to, and we've got to make sure that we put our best foot forward there. So that's something we'll be looking at and seeing if we can improve upon this week. And again, when you lose the way we lost and you don't take advantage of the opportunities, everything gets magnified, to the nth degree, as it should. So we've got to certainly, and we've played better, but I thought that that was probably our worst game in 1 or 2 spots there.
Dabo, Larry, again, following up on that, how do you evaluate the right guard position right now, in particular?
Inconsistent.
Hey, Dabo, Chapel again. I'm not sure how much of this you're able to pick up on, but your post-game comment about the team psychologist being on suicide watch picked a bit of traction. Was one chance to clarify that or anything you want to say on that?
Yes, that was such a poor attempt at humor on my part, and just a really bad choice of words in a bad moment, and certainly not something I should say, and I absolutely apologize for that. I mean, man, we're very deliberate in what we do around here and prioritizing mental health, for our students and staff, and that was, like I said, just a really bad choice of words and an even worse attempt at humor, and apologize for that for sure.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. I'm just trying to wrap my head around Xavier Thomas. You've been really complimentary of him for over a year, with just his attitude and maturity and where he's at. I mean, how surprised were you by what transpired?
Just disappointed that we had to deal with it. You want your best players out there, and but it is what it is. We've got rules and consequences for those rules. So, but he'll be back, tomorrow, and we'll get him back going. That was his consequence.
Thanks, Coach.
Anybody else for Coach?
Yes, Larry, again, just curious with the run schemes. I know that with Garrett, the guard tackle counters are obviously a big part of his offense. I'm curious about the evaluation, just those schemes and how you guys have performed compared to the zone schemes.
A little bit of a mixture of both. Some of our biggest plays have come off the zone. Some of our biggest plays have come off the gap schemes as well. We've really been a pretty good rushing team up until the other day. Just in our last game, we a couple 100 yards rushing. So first game, what do we have? 200 something. So we, for the most part, all year, even Florida State game, we ran the ball very effectively and efficiently, but not very good. Not very good. And again, there's some games where you're going to have to throw the ball more based on certain things, but and that was certainly one of those games. But again, you still got to be efficient, and we were not very efficient. But that's something that we track, Larry, from a quality control standpoint, just like our opponents track it, and definitely got room for improvement there. but we've been good enough to win. You know, if we could just get out of this turnover situation, we can. I think we'll be a tough team to beat.
Does it feel like the turnover that the sort of accumulation of the baggage is contributing to it more recently? That's sort of piling on top of each other?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying the more it happens, the more pressure there is, and then the more.
Probably. Yeah. From like a psychological standpoint. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that's human nature, unfortunately, but you know, we gotta keep battling. I mean, it's crazy. You know, and you know, you're putting the ball in your best player's hands. And you know, it's my responsibility to help them, you know, get over that hump. And, you know, nobody's trying harder. I mean, these guys are competing. I mean, but I would say that's probably, you know, definitely a part of it. I think that's human nature. You know, can kind of get in your head a little bit, but, as I've said many times, that worm will eventually turn. And, you know, it's just very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it at this point. You have to go play the games, and you got to finish drives. Turnovers are part of it, but ours has been catastrophic. And you know, again, in position to win every single game, and it's just been a real Achilles heel for us. And you know, I hate it, but it'll make, again, we're going to get better. I mean, it's just very frustrating. We're definitely down in the valley right now, but we've been there before. And, you know, winners grow stronger and overcome, you know, and we got a bunch of tough dudes on this team, and a bunch of people who care. Like we care deeply. We work our butts off, and I've come in here every day for 15 years and, you know, give everything I got. I'm going to continue to do that. And, have been in moments like this many times over my career, both as a player, you know, and as a coach. And as a competitor, you know, I mean, you just keep going. You keep going, and you grow from it. Heck, my sophomore year at Alabama, we started out 0-3. Then we were 2-3, and then we went and beat the number 2 team in the country, and 3-3, and ended up in the Fiesta Bowl. You know, I mean, you just grow from all your experiences, good and bad. You know, I think the main thing is that the people that are involved really understand what the issues are, and the other positive is there's not one thing within our team that's not fixable. If we were just getting blown out or something like that, it'd be different. But if you really watch our games, I mean, we've been in position to win every single game, and we've had a couple of Achilles heels that we've not been able to shake at this point. And but I believe in our team and these players, and I don't have any doubt that you know, we'll have a lot of great days ahead. You know, winning is hard, man. Winning is hard. It's really, really hard. And when you turn the ball over, you know, worst in the country, it gets even harder. And the fact that with all the turnovers that we've had a double overtime loss, and an overtime loss is you know, one on the road against a good team and another one against a top 5 team. That's pretty miraculous in itself right there. So if we can find a way to help these guys get through that, then you know, we can get back on the right side of things, and it'll happen. We're just, like I said, we'll a lot of great days ahead, and you know, just gotta hang tough and fight through it.
Were you saying earlier you're waiting to hear back tomorrow about Antonio?
Yeah, Antonio's probably going to be out. I pretty much know that on him right now. I mean, he's not his ankle. His ankle's fine, but it looks like he's got kind of a toe issue. So he's probably going to be out for a little while, which is just disappointing. You know, made a couple huge plays for us, and that was disappointing. So, you know, you got 2 starters out right there, Cole and Antonio, and you know, Antonio's played, I think, maybe 4 games. He's missed several games, going to miss a few more. Obviously, Walker Parks being out as well, but I hate that for him. Again, did some good things in the game, and it's good to get him back out there, but just kind of got tackled funny and hurt his toe. So hopefully he'll be back, but we'll just have to see how he progresses these next couple of weeks.
Anybody else?
Not that I could say is out for the game right now.
Anybody else for Coach Swinney? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks,
Okay.
Coach.
Thanks.
Yep.